Hi, and welcome to Racing with Remy. I'm your host, Remy, and today I'm doing my top 20 worst NASCAR crashes of all time.
Yes, this is a very special episode of Racing with Remy. We are doing a special top 20 crashes because there were no major races this past weekend due to Easter, due to the Christian holiday of Easter. In the western part of the world, some of the Eastern Christian religions celebrate Easter at a different time, of course. But there was no racing from any of the major series from the United States, from Australia, F1 around the world. So here we are, Racing with Remy. So this is our special episode, as he said, the top 20 NASCAR crashes of all time in Remy's opinion.
Yeah.
All right, Remy, kick it off.
So, at number 20, we have Austin Dillon's crash in 2015 where he went up in the catch fence.
What track was that at?
That was at Daytona.
Okay, and Austin Dillon drives the number 3 car that was once owned by Richard Childress, driven by Dale Earnhardt.
Yeah, and basically what happened was Dale Earnhardt Jr. went to block Denny Hamlin, I think, and then won, and then Denny Hamlin got loose. I think Kevin Harvick was on his back bumper, spun out, and Jeff Gordon was ahead of the wreck, but got involved as well. Like, he was ahead of where Austin Dillon, and when you see Tony Stewart's view, you get a nice view of, well, not so nice, but you get a good view of the wreck.
What's next, bud?
At number 19, I'm replacing my original, with Jen Glover 1980.
Jen Glover 1980. Tell me that, because I don't know this one.
That one, he got rear-ended by Dale Jarrett and flipped over 3-4 times. And Dale Jarrett got out of his car but was hurting. You could tell he was hurting because he was on the ground grabbing his knee. And then, as they were under caution, Jeffrey Bodine slammed into the pace car.
Oh, wow. That reminds me of the movie Days of Thunder. And for those of you who don't get the reference there, Tom Cruise plays a race car driver, and he comes into the pits, and his crew chief's like, I want you to go back out there and hit the pace car. And he's like, why do you want me to do that? And his crew chief goes, well, you done hit everything else out there, and I want you to be perfect.
Yeah.
All right. Number 18.
Neil Bonnet, 1993. I've talked about this one before, so I'll just make this quick. He got hit and got up in the catch fence. He was okay.
All right, number 17.
Number 17 is Kenny Schrader, 1995. I've also talked about this one, and I'll make it quick. So he gets flipped by Jeff Gordon, his teammate, gets hit by Ricky Craven, and starts flipping wildly.
That was Talladega at the Die Hard 500, I believe, was the race in August of 1995. Yep. I saw that race when it happened. That was one of the scariest crashes I'd ever seen to that point. I've seen scarier since, obviously, but that was my first year watching NASCAR, and that was just crazy. Sterling Marlin won that race, by the way. All right, so that was 17. What's number 16?
Number 16 is A.J. Allmendinger's 2017 flip where he got up in the air. Chase Elliott almost flipped over there as well. He got up in the air and then landed on his roof.
Oh, that one's interesting. What's number 15?
Number 15 is a 3-car over-the-wall crash in 1961 where Richard Petty first gets over the wall. Then we have Lee Petty and Johnny Beauchamp go over the wall. No one died in that crash, but that ended both Lee Petty and Johnny Beauchamp's careers.
Yeah. I mean, you don't hear much about either one of those guys in the annals of history anymore, so, kind of makes sense. We're 60 years removed from that crash, which, wow, 60 years ago. Crazy. All right, that was number 15, I believe. So number 14 is who we're to next?
Yep, and that's Ricky Rudd's 1984 crash at the Bud Shootout where he was rocking in every single kind of direction.
Oh, yeah. You've shown me that one on YouTube. It was crazy. Let's see, number 13.
Number 13 is Troy Williams Over the Wall 02.
What series is that?
I think that's the Busch North series.
The Busch North series. Okay, yeah. Troy Williams never made it to one of the big 3 series from what I remembered, so I need some reminder, but there are always some of the big, NASCAR is not just Cup, Xfinity, and Truck. They have a bunch of the lower series as well, so that was great. That was 13, so number 12.
Number 12 is Tony Stewart's 2001 crash.
At Daytona?
Yep.
The one where he flipped all over the place?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that one was wild.
Yep.
I did not see that one live because we had no cable due to a bad storm that came in 2 days before. So I actually listened to the 2001 Daytona 500 on the radio back when I was 16 years old, actually. Okay, so number 11.
So number 11 is Steve Grissom 97.
Atlanta, right?
Yep.
Yeah, you made me watch for your retro race review. You made me watch that race. That one was crazy.
Yeah.
Let's see, number 10.
Number 10 is Curtis Turner's flip at Atlanta in 1967.
I can honestly tell you I did not see that one live because I was not born in 1967, and neither were any of my siblings. I don't even think my parents had met in 1967. Let's see. Curtis Turner, number 9.
Is DW in 1991, a.k.a. Darrell Waltrip.
Yes. Is that the one where he got hurt at, was it Bristol or?
It was at Daytona where he got injured and the car flipped over and the entire car was torn apart. Joe Ruttman was the other car involved.
Okay. Maybe I'm thinking of Michael Waltrip at Bristol.
Yeah.
Let's see. Number 8.
It's Jimmy Horton over the wall 93.
I don't remember that one at all, actually. Number 7.
Number 7 is Cale Yarborough's over the wall crash in 1965.
Yeah, again, well before my time. I think I've seen it on some of those crash compilations you watch on on YouTube. Number 6.
Number 6 is Ryan Newman's 2020 Daytona 500 crash.
Okay, that one we saw together. Scared the living crap out of me. Scared the living crap out of your mother. My dad texted me thinking he was dead. It was a crazy, crazy crash. And then the great news 3 days later, him walking out of Halifax Medical Center says, he only missed 2 races because of the shutdown due to the pandemic. But, by the time they got back to racing, he was cleared to race again. But it was just so wild to think about. And I'm spending 3 days in the hospital. And, oh, wow. I'm so thankful for the improvements they've made in safety technology for these cars. Because 10 years ago, definitely 20, maybe even just 10 years ago, he would have been killed in that crash.
Yeah.
We are so lucky. We've made so many advancements. Ryan Newman's very lucky. All of these guys are very lucky. So thank you to the people working in science and development and technology for making these cars safer. Crashes are going to happen no matter what, but we never want to see anybody hurt. And thank you to all the people who improved safety there. What number was that? I lost count. 6. All right, top 5. Ready? Number 5.
Number 5 is a stands crash at Atlanta. I don't think anyone was hurt in the crash, but I don't know who the driver was.
All right, then. Number 4.
Number 4 was Michael Waltrip's Bristol crash in 1990.
Oh, the practice one where he exploded everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I remember Darrell, thinking that he'd seen his brother die on the track, running back, came back, says Michael gave him a thumbs up. He's like, Mom, Dad, he's got a hard head. He's a Waltrip. All right, number 3.
Number 3 is Ricky Craven's 1996 wild flip.
Okay, yes. This is the first time I ever saw a red flag during a race that had already gone because of how bad this crash. And it actually started with Mark Martin and Jeff Gordon getting together. And Ricky Craven was just an innocent victim. But he went flying through the air. He missed most of the rest of the season. So the fact that he came back, he won 2 races. He had a 3rd place finish in the Daytona 500 the very next year in a new car. Great to see Ricky Craven bounce back in any sort of way from that crash. Mm-hmm. All right, number 2.
Jeffrey Bodine 2000.
Okay, yeah. I did not see this one when it happened. Sorry. The truck race was held when I was at school, I think. I think it had been delayed due to rain or something. Yeah. But I remember, because it was during the day, I felt like it was on a Friday. Maybe they used to run during the day on Friday. I don't remember that. I remember I was supposed to be at school, or maybe it was a Monday, and maybe it was President's Day. That's why I was in school. But I saw that big crash, the truck coming apart, the engine bouncing down the banking there at Daytona. It was just so wild, and it is one of the scariest crashes I've ever seen. And it's another one where I literally thought Jeffrey Bodine was dead. And he got out. He was hurt bad. He was on a stretcher, but he was giving the fans a thumbs up. And something that I find very interesting is that Jeffrey Bodine has been the biggest safety advocate for NASCAR his entire career. He has been at the forefront of research and development for new technological advancements in safety for NASCAR. Simply put, Jeffrey Bodine has had an attitude on the track that I was not particularly fond of. My dad was not particularly fond of. I remember him complaining about Jeffrey Bodine on the track. Off the track, Jeffrey Bodine is a hero of the sport because he has been so instrumental in the safety advancements that keep these drivers alive. We talk about the Ryan Newman thing. The technology we have now that saved Ryan Newman's life, we only have because Jeffrey Bodine and a bunch of others but put in the work. So thank you to Jeffrey Bodine for being an amazing safety advocate for the sport you love. Thank you. All right, number 1.
Okay, so this one is extremely wild. This is the biggest crash in NASCAR history. 37 cars were taken out of the race, and this one was wild. At least 9 cars flipped over.
Okay, yeah, I've seen the highlights of this one. It's a wild, wild crash. I doubt, given it being 1960, I doubt that was televised live. Not a whole lot of races were back then, if any. The first race I can think of actually being televised live was the 1979 Daytona 500. So this was 19 years before that. So this is crazy. The video and pictures that they have, it's grainy, but it's wild when you see it. All right, but that is Remy's top 20 NASCAR crashes of all time on this very special episode of Racing with Remy. Again, there was no racing this week due to the Easter holiday in any of the major series. Now, coming up this weekend, they're racing at Martinsville. I know the Xfinity Series and I know the Cup Series are racing. I don't know any other major series that we've covered if they're racing or not, but if they are, we'll check them out as well. So, if you're listening to us on the podcatchers, please like and share it anywhere you can. And if you're watching us on YouTube, Remy, tell them what they need to do.
Subscribe, like, and ring the notification bell because about 75% of you watching aren't actually subscribed.
That number changes every week. I think he's making it up. But that's beside the point. Thank you for watching this. Thank you for listening to us. And, we enjoy talking NASCAR and all types of auto racing. We hope you like it too. We'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye.